Yeah, we are live tonight, UK, the 15th of December 2017. And tonight we have some lovely people on our panel. We have FPV UK, we have the lovely Santos from Australia, and we have the lovely Bro Sanchez from America. Hello.
Hello, Karen and panel.
Hello.
And people in chat.
Hello, everybody. Glad to be here. How you guys doing?
Hey. So, first of all, Bro, how's things with you?
Sorry about the delay. Everything's good on my end. I actually just been under a rock working on a new presentation that I got coming called the Ripple Effect.
Cool. And we've just had Flat Trotters join us. Hello, Flat Trotters. He's from America.
Hey, Trotter.
Hey, guys. How you doing?
Hey.
Hey, everybody. What up, Bro Sanchez?
Hey, what's good,
Santos.
man? Good to meet you.
Everybody good? Right on.
Yeah, I'm
Like to hear
still.
you guys chop it up today, man. You guys are always going good, and I like to hear what you guys got to say today.
Yeah, Santos has got something to tell us, so we may as well just go over to Santos. He's got something he wants to share to Bro, to everyone, and to FPV.
Are we live yet, guys, or did you go live
All
yet?
of us. Live.
Yeah, we're live, Trotter.
Oh, okay. All right. Cheers to everybody in the chat.
Oh, thank you, darling. Santos, are you ready?
Yep, pretty much. So, thanks for having me once again. Thanks, Bro, for joining in FPV. I think what I'm going to share today will tie up last week's hangout really nicely. Okay, so we learnt a lot about art. We learnt about Atum, and because we understand syncretism and syncretists, well, we do well when we see the interrelatedness of all the things we're talking about, rather than the separation. So I believe today I have some great things from Walter Russell to share about energy and light and how it works, and from the Neoplatonists.
Hey, Santos, I really don't mean to interrupt you, especially with us just starting, but I just went live on my end. Could you kind of do that before you begin? Summarize it one more time from my side. And Karen, could you just tell them hello one time? I'm gonna click live. They're not in the building yet. I just hit start streaming now.
Can I just mention, guys, there's a bit of an echo, so when we start, can everyone mute, please?
Yeah, there's a little bit of an echo, there was. But anyway, good evening, everybody. I say it again, as Bro Sanchez has gone live. This is the 15th of the 12th, 2017, with Bro Sanchez and Santos Bonacci. And we were just getting around to Bro telling us what he's been doing.
I'm sorry.
I think the echo's coming from you, Bro.
Yeah, the doggone latency is horrible. Yes, yeah, I've been working on an awesome presentation, the Ripple Effect, which is going to be the beginning of her story to his story. There's going to be a lot of videos in a series, very interesting. So that's pretty much what I've been doing.
Thanks for that. So we're going to go over to Santos, because Santos wants to tell us something. Is it okay if you mute then? You with a bit of yeah, sorry about that. There you go, Santos, the floor is all yours.
Oh, thank you. Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Karen, for all the great work you're doing. Thanks, all the good listeners, Bro Sanchez, FPV, and a lot of the other guys that are regulars. It's great doing this hangout. Today, well, I guess I can kick it off. I've got a few things to present from Walter Russell, of course, who I have been promoting and sharing for many, many years now, at least 10 years. So where did I put that book? Oh, well, it's around. I'll find that. And from the Neoplatonists. I've got two sources for today's great wisdom, which will tie in the wonderful work on Ma'at that was done last week by Bro Sanchez, and my addition to that with Atum. So I'm going to link up Atum with Ma'at. They are one and the same. So today's show is Atum and Ma'at, the boy and the girl, and the Patrix and the Matrix. Actually, we should say the Matrix and the Patrix. Put the Matrix first. So we're going to learn what really the Matrix is and what really and truly the Patrix is. There are two systems and they work together. The God, the divine couple, are in fact a divine couple. It is Radha Krishna, or any other name you want to give it. My favorite is Radha Krishna. Radha is radiation, magnetism. So I love going to the root sources, the root names. They're unadulterated and they carry the true meaning of their significance. So what I want to do is I want to read out of Macrobius, who is one of the great Neoplatonists of the 4th century. So my favorite are Sallustius, Iamblichus, and Macrobius. Now, Macrobius, and Porphyry, of course, they all lived around the same time, same century. And this is just around the time when Constantine was making Christianity the official state religion, because Neoplatonism, of course, Plato and Pythagoras lived 1,000 years prior to this time, and teaching great wisdom from the ancient Egyptians, the ancient Indians, because these guys traveled all around the world. They went to India, they went to Egypt, and they brought the best of the best sacred science back to Greece. Because as the Egyptians said, the Greeks are only children in comparison to us. They are the children of spiritual science. But the Greeks and the Romans, especially these guys, the Platonists, the Hermetists, and the Syncretists, actually they were called eclectics. But in the Renaissance, Marsilio Ficino and Pico called themselves Syncretists. And they called these guys the fathers of syncretism, the original syncretists. So we're going to read a bit from here. I'll only need a half an hour. I've got everything on the board. I've got my books, and I've got some PowerPoint presentations. And I've also got a model of what I'm going to be showing. This is the model. These are 4 mathematical bodies, mathematical squares at right angles to each other, which make 12. So 12 planes, and this is how all energy is bounded. All atoms, all universes, all bodies are bounded by this matrix patrix. This is the matrix patrix right here. So a little bit of reading from here, a little bit of Walter Russell. Here we are. So we're going to show this. Actually comes from Walter Russell's book. So all the students of Walter Russell will know where this comes from. And it also comes from the Neoplatonists and atomic theory. So let's have a look at that then. So what we have is odd numbers and even numbers in the universe. Eve, our mother who art in heaven, Ma'at, she is responsible for this matrix. The 1, which becomes 2, which becomes 4, which becomes 8, and which reduces back to 1 again. So let's start by reading about Atum and what Atum says. Just one sentence. And this is from the some papyri that they found. Let's have a look. Anyway, it'll come. This is what Atum says. Atum is atom, okay? Sound, light, energy, etc. I'm the one that transforms into 2. I am 2 that transforms into 4. I'm 4 that transforms into 8. After this, I am 1. So this is the Petamon papyri in the Cairo Museum. Okay, so let's leave that. That's Atum. That's what Atum says. Now, as I've shown in my presentations, all words must be mirrored. You must be able to see the lexicograms, the anagrams that are contained in words. You know, some of them are so easy, aren't they? You know, you must eat your tea. Yeah. The word of God is a two-edged sword. Laughter and slaughter. Okay, this is the beautiful English language. So you see what's going on with languages when you open your eyes. So atum or atom, atom, amun, doesn't matter. Amun is backwards for numerology, and atum is etymology, etymology. It's all words and numbers. There are 9 numbers, hence when atum says, I'm the one that becomes 2, after which I become 4, after which I become 8, well, that's simple. It's the cube, okay? And that is the 8, okay? It has 8 sides, 8 points, which you can't see in this because it's not a proper cube. But if I did do a cube, you would see the 8 points, and then you would see the 6 faces. So what we see is that at the center of every cube is the God point, the 0 point. And we'll see that with Walter Russell in a minute. So that 0 point can only go in 6 directions to create solidity, a solid body. Because God doesn't have a solid body, because God is the 1. You see? 2 doesn't make a solid body. 3 cannot make a solid body. 4 can make a mathematical body as a square, but it cannot make a solid body. It's not solid. So, but 4 can make a triangle, a tetrahedron. And we know that that is one of the sacred geometric forms. So 4 is solidity, yes, but not in a square. So what happens is God has 6 directions to go to. He's got width, he's got breadth, and he's got, we should have put that, height, and he's got depth. So that's Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs. That's the 7 musical notes, the 7 colors of the rainbow. Everything's in this septenary form, which is actually resolves to an octave. But before we go to the octave, we have to see that in the center here is the 1, and then we have the 6, which gives us the 7. That's where the holy number 7 comes from. Okay, but see, once you now bound this and join the lines, you have your 6 faces of the die, but you have your 8 points. So that's Atum. And this is the matrix which is centered in even numbers. Number 2, because 2 is the first number. 1 is the source of all numbers. And so the second number is 3, and it's masculine. Odd. Adam, Eve, even. So her matrix gives us the Kaaba of the Muslims, the Kaaba, cube. Cube is Kaaba. Okay? Kabbalah, it's all about the cube. Because the cube is in counter space. You'll never see this cube. This you'll never see. But you'll see the torus field that is nested inside it. And the Merkaba. And, well, this is Metatron's cube, okay? So Leonardo Bonacci, or Fibonacci, 800 years ago, it is said, discovered Metatron's cube, or at least that's what he called it. And the partner of the Metatron's cube, which is Moses, is the Matrona. And that is the cube that comes from the 3. So when you, to get this cube here, you have to do 2 times 2 times 2. 2 times 2 is 4. But 2 times 2 times 2 gives you 8. 3 times 3 times 3 gives you 27. And this is the number of all alphabets. See, when you get your cube, solid body, and you consider the point in the middle, that makes 9. They're all the numbers of the universe, 9 numbers. The letters are 27, which are 3 times 3 times 3. And this is the patrix, the paternal form, which is embedded in this. They are the same thing. In this, you'll find 3 times 3 times 3 and 2 times 2 times 2. You'll find the 9 and you'll find the 27, as we will see. And you can expand this. 4 times 4 is 16. Well, there's the Maha Mantra, the 16 petals of the throat chakra, where you sing Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Ram, Hare Hare. 16 words. Sweet 16. And that expands to 64. And that's your I Ching, your Freemasonic checkerboard, your DNA codons. This is the Rubik's Cube. So take a look at the Rubik's Cube, folks, and you'll notice that it consists of 64 faces and 27 cubes. And this is the structure of the patrix. The matrix is the 9, the 8. So let's have a read of that and learn about this. So what we have is Atum is only math. Atum means sound, tom-tom. It's all sounds, yeah? So mouth backwards is Atum, just as your tongue is T-O-N, aton. You speak with your tongue, your mouth, and you have other things like your teeth, den, aden, okay? Because these are all producing tom, tum, sounds. Okay? Mouth, mother, same word, motor, motor, motion, she moves. Mag in Sanskrit means to move. Mary Magdalene, it's our mother who art in heaven, the magnetic matrix, who works with the dielectric matrix. Okay? You see, we call, when we combine letters with numbers, A equals 1, B's 2, C's 3, A, B, C, 1, 2, 3. We call this G or J, matria. You see that word is matria, our mother. Mat. In Italian, patria, la patria, is your homeland. Yeah. The patriotic. Yeah. Well, anyway, so matria is the matrix, our mother. Matrix. Okay. So this here is explained in the flower of life. When you get one circle and surround it with 6 circles, you get, see, that's the root for Leonardo Pisano or Leonardo Bonacci's Metatron's cube. I hope you're looking it up on in your browser, because it contains all the Platonic solids in it, Metatron's cube. So what we're going to find that this cube is actually in counter space. It's not spatial. So every atom is bounded by this. Every cosmos, every torus field, every torso. You're not going to see it, but as you move, you're the torso, the torus inside of this, and these counter-spatial points are going everywhere with you. And as someone else comes to shake your hand, his Merkaba vehicle is coming in with yours. You're mixing flavors, you're mixing consciousness. And this is called, in Greek, it's called, I forget the word right now, but when you go to a being of higher consciousness, you are actually acquiring a portion of their consciousness. They gift you. You get it if you are worthy. When you hang around with drunkards and prostitutes and fornicators, you also get defiled. So you have to watch your company, okay? This vehicle, this is the tesseract, the hypercube. It's a hypercube. Okay, it's 4-dimensional. All right, and everything else is inside of this. This is the superstructure of all organisms. Every cell, doesn't matter what you point to, it is bounded by this. That's at least if we subscribe to the teachings of the greats like Walter Russell and Macrobius and all the Neoplatonists, okay? So what we have, look at this word, meat, flesh. Ma'at is meat. All of her children have meat sticks. Motor, motion, matter. Most important word is math and mouth, to derive from atum, folks. So before we go on, we're going to see how all of these numbers, and by the way, when you see that the Freemasons, they go outside of this trinity. They work outside of this this natural matrix, and they go straight to this. This is their number, 4, because it's a polarized 2. In Japan, shi means death, 4. Your 4 limbs, they represent the tomb of your anatomy, which is the baptism of death. So they go straight to this, guys, because 64 reduces to 1. Okay? And this is how they attain their ends, by using these powerful numbers. 4, 16, which reduces to 7. So they're using 4, 7, and 1. Now, when you understand your numbers, you've got to have a 1. When you have a 1, see, these two trinities are founded in 1, as you'll see. So let's start by reading Macrobius. I've got about 10 minutes to read. I hope I don't get distracted as I normally do on a tangent and diverge, because I'd rather have the full reading and then go back and make comments, because this is very, very important. Now, Macrobius here is making a commentary. It's the commentary on the dream of Scipio, if you're Italian. Scipio for anyone else. The dream of Scipio. properly pronounced Scipio. Now, who was Scipio? Well, he's the guy who supposedly defeated Hannibal. Hannibal just about conquered Rome and defeated Rome. He was a Carthaginian living in Spain, and he went across the Alps with his elephants, with his general Fabian and all of these very, very famous individuals. And he went to Rome for about 16 years. He was on the peninsula of Italy, waiting to pounce on Rome and to destroy it. But finally he was betrayed. Took him 16 years, and they defeated Hannibal, and Scipio was the guy who gets the credit for it, okay? And saved Rome, and hence helped humanity to stay in slavery up until today. So was he a good guy or was he a bad guy? Well, he had a dream, okay? And this is the commentary on Scipio's dream, because Scipio's dream is none other than Platonic wisdom. And it's the dream that we all have. How souls come here and how souls return, and what is responsible for keeping souls in their form, okay? And it's God who is in the center of this cube and centering this cube in counter space and keeping us alive. So here we go. Now, when Plato, so in chapter 2 on Macrobius's commentary, toward the end there, this is what he says. Now, when Plato, guided by Pythagoras's revelation and drawing upon the godlike power of his extraordinary genius, had recognized that no union could be lasting except one based on those numbers, he constructed his world soul by interweaving them, imitating the ineffable wisdom of the divine creator. If we digress here in order to explain how the world soul was constructed, it will be a great help in understanding Cicero's words, which seem to obscure the subject of music. But in order that what is offered in explanation of something else may not itself be considered puzzling, a few statements must be made to simplify the understanding of both at the same time. All solids have 3 dimensions: length, breadth, and thickness. Geometricians propose other bodies for their own use, which they call mathematical bodies. In the realm of thought and not of the senses, they say that a point is an indivisible body which lacks length, breadth, and thickness, since it cannot be divided. The extension of it produces a line which is a body of 1 dimension. It is long without being broad or thick, and is bounded by 2 points at either extremity, which confine only length. If a second line is drawn, another mathematical body will result, thought of as 2-dimensional, having length and breadth but lacking thickness. This they call a surface. It is bounded by 4 points, 2 for each line. If these 2 lines are duplicated and 2 others are put directly over them, thickness is added, and hence a solid body is formed, which of course is bounded by 8 points. So you see, the 1 becomes the 2, becomes the 4, becomes 6 really, okay, because there are 6 directions, but they are the 6 faces of the cube, which generate 8 points. So the cube is definitely an 8-fold creature, okay? Sorry, I digress. The first number, okay, let's not jump ahead. So 8 points. As we see in the case of the die, which the Greeks call the kubos. I better write that, guys. Yeah,